Yeah, I get it. Uh, I ain't making fun of no Chinese or Asian people with this hat. I'm gonna tell you, this hat is very effective against the sun, and it only costs a few dollars. And if something happens to it, oh well. It's not even really genuine. It's from a party store. I need to find a better one from a real Asian store, but they're a little pricier. This gets the job done for now. It's pretty cheap. You can even tell by the way it's made, just the red. But let me tell you something. Here's why I ain't trying to pull any. Another reason I ain't trying to pull any scams or anything. I ain't trying to. It's just a freaking functional hat. I can't help it that when certain people see me, they make fun of me. I don't give a darn who makes fun of me. Listen, you can't spend your life worrying about that. Of course, I will say, yeah, you're right about that. It's a little dangerous out there these days. You know, if somebody's different. Yeah, that's always been that way, though. You can't be a square peg and walk into a bunch of round holes and expect to fit in. It's just the way it is. So you got to be careful. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. If somebody messes with me on the trail, I just think they're a jackass. Unless somebody comes at me, you know, rather seriously, then I'll run away. It ain't worth it. Unless your family's being attacked, it ain't worth it to engage in the silliness out there. You realize one punch could probably mess my whole life up if I got hit wrong. But if somebody were in trouble that I loved, I would die before I did anything happen to them. I've been tested on that before. But like I said, there ain't no point in just picking fights with people. You gotta let things go. Gotta let things go. I was gonna tell you something about this hat. Also, I grew up in the coast of Mississippi, and back some time ago. Let me just say, at the time, Vietnam War was over, but there were a lot of Vietnamese refugees, and a lot of them, because they're human beings, wanted to live near each other and keep up their way of life. And I've never been to Vietnam, but they tell me it's somewhat similar in terms of the weather to the Gulf Coast area of the United States. So I got to grow up with a lot of Vietnamese people growing up. And I'm gonna tell you, man, they were some awesome people, very industrious, got things done. I know shrimpers and fishermen had their problems with Vietnamese shrimpers and fishermen. They claimed that, the Vietnamese didn't respect the shrimp beds and, you know, all that. Whatever. They took me to their home when I was young, and they, you know, they did right by me. Fed me. That's some cool food too. I want you to see that every day you can make a little bit of progress on these things, even if it's something like a chin-up, which I couldn't even move 1 inch in the beginning. But every day I get a little better at these. Still can only do like one, but just keep at it. Yeah, I know, that's pretty weak sauce. But let me tell you, if you'd have seen me 4 or 5 months ago, I'm gonna be working on these a while to get to where I can do 10 good ones. Now I do what I call hanging, dead hangs. Just hang there. And that's gonna increase your grip. It's gonna improve your overall ability to do something like a chin-up, because you can hang on, you can hold on. There's lots of ways you can do chin-ups. I do them like this because I want to work my buys too. about 30 seconds, more or less. Like I said, the more you just hang, the easier it becomes to do a chin up. So just try hanging on the bar. And remember, at first you won't be able to hang for very darn long. Next, I'm going to do what I call leg lifts, which is more hanging off that bar. But this time it's going to be working all that good stuff in there. I only did 8 that time. That was not my best work. Now, I ain't gonna stand here and rest and then go do more. That defeats my whole purpose. But if I could make it down to Jackson Square on this walk, I would do more of that kind of stuff. Now, I started to add these suckers in. These are sit-ups. I don't know how to, let's see if I can get you over here. I'm just doing this because I'm feeling that you need proof. And maybe you need to see what I'm up to with my calisthenics. I'll do a set of these until failure. Then I'll move on up the road and do some more sit-ups when I get to my destination. These are easy to do. And I want you to think about it. Think about it like if you had to sit up in a situation called for it. Like maybe you fell down and couldn't get out of the bathtub. Don't laugh. I've picked up many an old person. Those are the muscles you want to use. Your abs. Now I'm an old man. Surely you can do more than I can. How old you say? Older than you think. Or maybe right on the nose. I mean, heck, there ain't nothing gained from cursing. I want you to know that. That's around 20. That ain't good enough. I could probably go for another 15, but I'm gonna leave it at 25 for now. Let's go do some push-ups. Now see, one day ain't no way to account for how many you can do. And more important to do them every day. We'll do them right here on this bench. All right. Now today we want to do 20 of these. We'll do 20 every day during the week. We're not going to do them on the weekends. That's party time. I'm just kidding about that. We don't do it party. It's a birthday party. I wasn't that great, but I did them. I'm gonna do, at some point I'm gonna get to where I can do 100. All right, Now all we do is walk till we get to a crossroad, and then we do more push-ups. When we reach our destination, we do sit-ups. Ain't hard. It's routine. It's just routine. It makes you, at first you feel like it couldn't possibly help you. Well, is it going to help me doing one chin-up? Then you find out you can't do one chin-up. You can't. So that sure as heck ain't going to help you, right? Because you can't do one. I can only do one and a half. I don't know what to call it. I say one because the first one's got the momentum of the jumping up there. And the second one, you know, not as powerful as it should be. So I'll say I can do maybe one. But at some point I'll get to where I can do 10. But at first, I couldn't even go a quarter of the way up. Hell, I could only hold on to that bar for a few seconds. Now I can hold on to it for about half a minute. You're telling me that it isn't going to help you to have a stronger grip over time? Yes, it's going to help you. You can grab a hold of something and not drop it. Helps with arthritis if you staving that off. Keeps your joints lubricated. Hell, it works all of it. And if you don't work it, what do you think's going to happen? You might be thinking, well, I won't be able to have any fun. This doesn't look like fun. You're damn right. I'm darn right. It wasn't fun when I started. It wasn't torture though. It was just, kind of had a lot of doubt. Is it really going to work? Just walking every day? Doing like not even a quarter of a chin up? How many push-ups could I do? I think I was able to do 4 or 5. I wrote it down in one of my notepads, so I think I did that many, 4 or 5. Anyway, it wasn't that many. So, yeah, it takes time. And I promise you, there's people on this, out there in YouTube Nation seeing what I'm doing and the way I look. And, they can do 20, 30 times what I do. They're in the bench pushing up weight. I don't do any of that. I don't go to the gym. I don't like all the standing around that takes place in a gym. I do outdoor calisthenics and walking. And that's the secret sauce. You need to be outdoors. How many times have I told you now? Every time you click on my picture, I'm going to tell you. Those gyms are expensive. Go in there, stand around, wait for a machine, get on there for a few minutes, do your little exertion. You see how damn tired I was? I just got to where I can breathe normally. Just now. Still kind of, now you're telling me that wasn't a good workout? And that's just the first part of it. I'm going to do 4 more sets of 20 push-ups. I'm going to do at least 40 more sit-ups and crunches. And I'm going to do leg lifts from a lying prone position. And I'm going to remember, don't forget my glasses. And don't forget, if you set stuff down on the trail, you're liable to lose it, even if you had the best intentions. Listen, I want you to feel good about yourself the way I feel good about myself. I'm not asking you for anything. I don't plan on doing these videos forever. Although I kind of like doing them. I've learned that I can put my thoughts to you in the main channel, and if people want to look at that, they can. And it doesn't hurt anybody, but I feel like that special viewer out there will benefit, and that's what I want. I want somebody to benefit from the stuff that this knowledge. I don't understand why I know about it. Does nobody else in the world understand that if you walk every day, you'll lose your weight? I see so many people struggling with weight, and I just think, come Come on out here, walk with me. Just walk with me. Let's start today. Now, this is the part of the long walk where I ask you, if you've not already started a walking program, to consider it. Now you're going to say, well, I don't have anywhere to walk. I don't have a big fancy trail like you, Pops Longwalker. Don't you like that name? I like to be called Pops rather than my real name, which is Charles. I like Pops because I'm giving you advice all the time and telling you to, you know, what I've learned. I'm older than you are, maybe. Maybe even if you don't think so. Some people are surprised at how old I am when I tell them they don't believe me. Listen, you might not have a fancy long walking area, but there is something else you might have, and that is you've got the rest of the whatever you live around. I walk down the streets, all right? I walk everywhere, anywhere. Okay, you can find yourself a safe route and walk that route. You can work it out. You can. But it's dangerous out there. I might get killed. You know what? I was told the same thing. I was told, you can't go walking down that trail. Somebody's going to get you. Especially don't walk it at night. You know they're more afraid of you than you are of them. Nobody wants any trouble. Oh, but there's robbers and thieves. Yeah, and you think you're safe in that house? That's going to kill you faster than anything.
Yeah, I might have to ask you.
Just consider it. I don't want to lecture you. Just consider. Listen, you've been in that room for how long now? A long time, right? I know you got your reasons, medical, addiction. You got to set that bottle down. You know who I'm talking to. You got to set that thing down. Pick up something else to help you. Instead of drinking, do something else. Get that thing as far away as you can. That'll kill you for sure, and you know that. Long walker out.